Okay, hello guys. Good afternoon. Welcome to another tutorial by Nocode Africa, and it's always a very exciting experience for all of us, right? It's usually like a super exciting experience for all of us here whenever we're having no code classes, right? So we are going to start a few moments from now. We're going to give some time for others to join the session. So I think we have like lots of new people. Like we have lots of new people who will be joining today's class and then the classes that we're going to have moving forward, right? So it would be really nice to of course today's class is still going to be beginner friendly, but I will do well to make some suggestions towards the middle of the class for the new people, right? So let me go ahead and make a announce on the community on WhatsApp that we are starting the class for today. Okay, so once again, welcome everyone. Welcome to today's class, and I'm going to just do it like I always do, right? So I will just go ahead and start greeting the people that said hi here. So if I told you here, you could just say hi, and I will definitely say hi back. So Joy, Joy was here since. So Joy, hi, Adebayo, welcome. Bami, welcome. Jay, welcome. Blessing, welcome. Peter, welcome. Otobong, welcome. Bethan, welcome. Bethan, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I've not really seen you in a while, I think. I've not seen you in a while here. Lennon, welcome. Okay, so uh Onyeka Sola. I just hope I did pronounce that very well, but I think I can pronounce your surname better. Abayomi. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, Joy doesn't rest. Joy is our class rep now. I will make an official announcement on the group. Yeah, Jesse Driver, welcome. Yeah, so welcome guys. So we're going to wait until it's 5 minutes past 2, right? So we can have like a good number of persons in the class before we begin the class today. Yeah, so let me put it up on my status so we can have people joining the session. Okay, so uh okay, so for the new people, right? I know that we have like lots of people who have joined recently, and I think it's like super exciting for me, right, to have like new people join the No Code Africa cohorts too. Although this is fourth week, yeah, this is fourth week, but I know you guys will find it a little bit difficult to catch up. But don't worry, I'm super excited about teaching. Yeah, like I'm super excited about teaching, and one of the things that I will do is I will create a special class for the recent people. So I'm just going to wait until tomorrow. Yeah, because I think it has to be the post that I made on LinkedIn, because I added a call to action to my post, right? And then I think that's one of the things that led to like lots of people joining the group today. Yeah, because I dropped the link of the group, and then lots of people registered directly. Yeah. So all right. So what I'm gonna do for the new people. So if at all you're here and you're new, I'm gonna try to see how I can help you not feel lost, right? So the No Code Africa program teaches early stage African startup founders and entrepreneurs and techies. Well, even if you're not in Africa, but it's specifically for Africans. But it's okay if you're not African, you're not in Africa, or yeah. So no problem. It's fine. You're definitely going to be here to learn as much as you can, right? So. we're here to teach you how to build mobile and web applications without having to write a single line of code, so that you can build your MVP being minimum viable products for your business, for your client, or even just start up a project, a personal project, right? That would have hitherto required you to know coding, right? So, but with the skills you will learn from the No Code Africa program, which is completely free, you're going to be able to have the required skill to build on top of your passion, right? So that's like the idea. So for the new people, we're going to we'll just try to see how we can like accommodate you guys. Yeah, I will create a personal tutorial. It's gonna be a live tutorial, but it's gonna be strictly for. Yeah, I said heater to. Did I not get it right? I hope I used it correctly in my in my statement. Yeah. So yeah, you did hear Hitato, Bami. Okay, guys, I'm responding to what Bami said here, right? So I don't get to sound crazy. So yeah, this is it. Yeah. So Bami, yes, you heard me say Hitato. Okay, I used it correctly. Thank you. All right. So okay, good. We're already like way past the time, and it's time for us to like start the real thing, right? So we will just continue from where we stopped for the new guys, right? You can participate in the training and try to understand, but if you feel lost, just calm down, right? By tomorrow, I think one of the things I can do tomorrow, I will be able to be free, so I will personally host like a training for the new guys that just joined, really just maybe a 1 hour class, introduction to FlutterFlow, right? I will also drop the links to introduction to FlutterFlow, so you guys can like catch up, right? So it's a welcome from me. And so let's start. Let me do one last posting on the broadcast group so we can have like more people seeing this. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, so that's it. All right. So what we have been learning, like so far, we're in week 4 of cohort 2, and then we started by learning how to build mobile applications with FlutterFlow without coding, and then this week we are trying to see how we can build web applications using FlutterFlow, because FlutterFlow allows you to build both web and mobile applications without coding. And the agenda for today is that we're going to have 2 classes. The very first class is this one, and then we're going to be continuing from where we stopped yesterday, which is we are trying to build like we're not cloning, we are just basically using Fiverr as a case study to build a web application, right? So that with that you can actually have the right skills. Okay, Lennon. All right, so I just observed this. Lennon said this is his first day. Welcome. Don't you might get to feel a little bit lost, but it's gonna be beginner friendly. So I will start some things, but there are some steps that I will skip, right? Like the login and sign up step. We won't do that all over today, right? Yeah, because we already done that. Yeah, we will just continue from where we stopped, and then uh okay, Namdi, the class will just be within 1 hour. Let's try to see how we can make it within 1 hour. Yeah, by then it should be your battery should still be strong. Okay. Okay, guys, let's start. And the second class, I wanted to talk about the second class too. The second class is going to be about LinkedIn optimization, right? So I understand that it's not just about getting a skill. Like personally, it's not just about getting a skill. You need to get a skill, and then you also need to be able to sell your skills. In as much as we are going to help you sell the skill too, because we are building Talcon, right? We also want you to have some form of social capital, right? Let people know that this is the thing that you're currently doing with your life, right? Let people know that you're not joking. Yeah, let them know that you're serious with your life, and then these are the things that you're currently doing, and it's you're excited about it. All right, so yeah, so people need to understand that, okay, this is a thing that you're doing and you like it very much, and you're good at it, right? Even if you're not perfect yet, but you're good at it, right? That's like the idea. So I think I'll make this 30. So that's like it. And so let me start just a little introduction, 2 minutes introduction to FlutterFlow. So for the new guys, right? So FlutterFlow is a platform, right? So here's a platform, and FlutterFlow allows you to build web and mobile applications without having to write a single line of code. And that simply means that you don't have to write codes ever. All right. Well, let me not say ever. There's gonna be some small times where you need to write like small snippets of code, like really, really small. It's called custom functions, right? So but FlutterFlow allows you to build applications faster than ever for both the web and for mobile applications. So you can build different, and it's trusted by different organizations. You see here, like big names here: Schlumberger, Toshiba, big names here, Rakuten. Ah, nice. So you can try a demo or FlutterFlow. You can come to their platform and then try some things and see how it goes, right? And then some people give reviews about, I think this is Tim Snead from Google, right? So give some positive feedback and review about FlutterFlow. So FlutterFlow is like super amazing and super cool, right? And if at all you this is not like your first time with no code tools, right? Maybe you've tried using Adalo, you tried using Bubble, and WordPress is actually no code tool, right? So let's say you've used that. This is like another level higher, right? So yeah, and it's simple to navigate through it and begin understanding how to use a platform. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'll come here and then quickly wait, where do I come to? Let's just this is Fiverr. Let me click here. I need to drop a link or so that you guys can use it. Let me see, where can I find that link? Okay, where is it? Marketplace? My organization? No. Okay, so I'm gonna drop a link later so you can use it to sign up on the platform and get an account, right? So, but for now, just focus and learn what I'm about teaching you, right? So, with the platform, you can build like different applications. It was originally created for mobile applications, right? But you can also build web applications using the platform, and that's one of the things that we are currently learning, right? So we started working on Fiverr, right? So this is where is it? This is Fiverr. Fiverr is a platform for getting access to clients or getting access to freelancers if you're a client, right? So it's just our case study. We're going to just try to use it to design something. So we started by trying out the I think it was a sign in, was it? Oh, join. Why is it showing like this now? So we're trying to create a page for, I think it was join, but now it's showing differently. Okay, so we're trying to create this, and so today we're going to just go ahead and then try to replicate what we see here, right? We'll just try to see how we can replicate it and add this background, add this different things here, add the different things that you see here, and just make it look sleek and put some of this thing. This is like this is a row with some text and then logos, right? We will try to get that too. And then this is a carousel, right? So this is carousel. In a way, this is a long carousel, and then in between also, right? So then we have like lots. This is another carousel, and then we have like beautifully positioned text and images and videos, and then lots of icons here. So we'll try to see how we can build this page. All right, it might not be a perfect replica, but we will build it, and then you get to see how it's done. Okay, so for the new guys, right? So you might feel somewhat lost a little bit, but the reason why you might feel like that is because it's not a beginner class. It's beginner friendly, but not beginner class. I will drop links to tutorials on our platform, on our channel, that you can use and begin your journey with us, right? So but just go through these and just pay attention and see what you can make out of it. Okay, so this is the page we designed yesterday. Let's try to create another page. So this is the dashboard you use in creating your mobile and web application. So this is it. I will just call some things named. So this is where we go for widget tree. And then I'm going to click to create a page. You come here to click to create a new page. So I want to create a new page. So I'll just click here, create blank. I will call these, let me see, did I name home already? No, there was no home, so but we can just leave it like this. All right, so we have, this is how it looks like. Now when you're creating a mobile application, you go with this view, right? So you can say iPhone 13 Pro Max, and then you have this view for your mobile application, right? So the difference between a mobile application and a web application is usually the arrangement, and especially the area with which you position your different elements, right? So that's the idea about the whole thing, right? So here we're just going to be using the desktop view. So you come here to navigate in between phone, tablet, and desktop. So this is it. So for here, we will take off this very first one out. We don't need an app bar. We just need a blank screen because we're starting from scratch. So here's a widget tree and widget tree. Then we have like the different components here. So the way FlutterFlow works is that it's built in widgets, right? Every single thing here is in widgets. You can also call widget components. So small pieces of components are here. Now it's a drag and drop in a way, but it's right. So you have to just click to pick the tools that you need, the components that you need to fill up your application, right? So let's go ahead and kickstart this immediately. So here you go. This is the page we want to create, and first of all we need to try to understand what we're doing, right? So what we're doing here simply is there's a logo here. I don't know whether we can right click on it. Yeah, I can, but it's not we will have to find a way to get this particular logo. So I don't know, Fiverr logo with white background. Let's see, let's search for it. Fiverr logo with white background. No, white color. Let's say white color. So like a white background. Fiverr logo white color, something like that. I see, there's something like that. So we will just need to use it. This is it. I think this might work. Okay, that's might not necessarily work. So this is another one. I don't even know whether it's really transparent or not. Okay, so let's see. I will just go ahead and save it. Just save image as. I will say Fiverr logo. All right, so I'm just saving that, so we will use it. Now let's go ahead and start development. So, okay, not here. Back to where were we? This is where is Fiverr? This is Fiverr here. So here, the way we're going to design it, right? First of all, what you need to understand is that we have columns, we have rows, and those are the things that you're going to be putting things inside. So here, if you observe, the whole of this is a row. Like from left to right here is a row, but from top to bottom is a column, right? So when things are stacked top to bottom, it's a column. When they are stacked in a way from left to right, it's a row, right? So the big scenario here now is what you see from top to bottom. You have to consider top to bottom first before you now start considering left to right. So when considering top to bottom, you see that this is a column. And then when considering left to right, you see that this is a row. Just this, let's start with these alone. But now let's go ahead and then set up a column first. Then inside the column, we can add a container. So a container is like a rectangle that you put so that you can add colors to it. So here we have something here already, like it's a default that comes with it, right? This is the main scaffold. There's something we call scaffold. So scaffold is like what you're using to build your application on top, right? So just like the name scaffold. Okay, so then the column here now is the big, it's not a rectangle per se, but it takes the shape of a rectangle sometimes, and of course it can always take the shape of a square depending on the dimension that you give it. But it takes it's like water, right? So the column is like water. You can't fix the dimension of the column, right? Yeah, you can't really fix it. That's why I called it water, because water takes the shape of the container you put it inside, right? So if you put a column inside a rectangle, it's going to take that shape, right? And then if you give the rectangle a color, the column itself will also take the color of the rectangle. So here we have a big column. So what we need to do is let's just go ahead, and this column now has a fixed size. The fixed size is according to the dimension of the screen that we use. So here we're using MacBook Pro A13, right? So now what we need to do is we need to put something inside here that will take on the background color here. Not really the background color. If you observe, this is not background color. This is like different pictures, right? So, but for now, let's just use this as a picture, as a background. We'll just choose green for now. Then later on, I'll show you how to, because for us to have something like this, we need to get the pictures of these different people, right? So, and it's not something we can easily get like that. So we will have to just use like random images, but I will just try to show you how we can achieve this. Okay, so let's set it up. Click on here, add a child to widgets, and how you do that is just click on this button here to add a child to widget, and then you come here to, we want to add a container, so we add a container. So this is a container. Container takes, it has a minimum dimension of 100 pixel by 100 pixel. So you see here, every single component you put here also has a property on the right hand side, so you can manipulate it. I can turn this the container into a circle by clicking on this shape. I can turn it back into a square by clicking on this. All right, so right now we just wanted to take the shape of the length, the width of this screen. So the width of this screen is 1280 pixel according to what we see here, right? And then we wanted to, of course, I think let's look at this. So this takes like let's assume, well, we don't necessarily need to assume. Let's hit on our F12 key, and then that's going to take you to this mode. All right, so, and then I'll just push around things a little bit, and I want to use this tool here, which allows me to, like the way I'm going to right now, it allows me to select an element and figure out the height, the dimension of the element. So I'm just going to come here and click on it, or just hover on it, right? I'll see the height, the dimension. So here it says 1838 by 680. I think here the length is, the width is 1838, the height is 680. We will focus on using just the height because we're not paying attention to using the exact screen size here, right? Let's say 680 is the height, so we will come here to say height is 680. Let's use that. And then here for the width, we will say, either we say infinity, that means take the shape of this container, of the column, all right, or the shape of the screen, or let's just type the exact dimension. So this is it. It gives us the exact dimension. Let's go ahead and then do what we have seen here. Let's I'm going to close this so that we can see more. So let's just assume it's green for now. We will change it towards the end. So I'm going to click on the fill color. So the properties of each element, each widget can be found on the right hand side. So I'll just click on the fill color here to pick this color, the green color. So we used this before, so we'll just use it. Later on, you can always switch things around. This container is going to end up being like, it's going to be pictures, right? So if you scroll down here to the end of towards the end of the right hand side, you see here background image. This is where we are supposed to add the background image by changing it from even if I right click, I can't copy the image address. No, it's not like an image or something, right? So I don't have this image right now. And moreover, for us to get something like this, you need to make it from, let's say, Illustrator, like get this, the photo of the lady, put it on the background, export it with the exact dimension here, and put it back inside FlutterFlow. So I think we would do this in the finishing touches. Might not be now, right? So then what I will do right now is let's go ahead and start working on the first part here, right? The navigations here. So we have the logo, then we have the text, all of this. So now the cool stuff about this is that we had already done this part yesterday, and I wouldn't want us to repeat it. So guys, for the guys that attended yesterday, let's go to our landing page. All right, so we go to our landing page, and then we have this beautiful design we did yesterday. So let's just select let's go to the container, right? So we select the container. All right, so we will right click on it and save as template. All right, so I clicked on that. I will call this navigation, right? So I'll just call it navigation, and I'll use it everywhere else in the project, anywhere that I want to use it in project, right? So because here these things all look like the same, right? So I'll come back to my home, and then I will tap on the container, click on add a child to this widget, click on the icon here. It allows me to search for templates here. The first one that we were at is this one, which is widgets. The next one here is components, right? The next one here is actually templates. So I'll scroll down to just look for navigation. I've saved a couple of templates here, the ones that I created myself, right? And so we'll just go ahead and click on this, and then we have the navigation here, right? So now I believe you've noticed that there's a small challenge, like it's spreading across everywhere. I know we can just try to push this, but it's not going to work, right? So what I would suggest that we do is let's take this off, and I will go back to landing page, and instead of copying just the container, right? So let me see. If I copy this column, everything was inside the column. It's not gonna work. So let me see. Container. Okay, let's just go back to home, and then we will try to see how we can make it work. So this is the container, right? It has a color, and yeah, it has a color. I think this is where we have like an issue, because if at all we paste it inside here in the column itself and push it upward, then we will have something. Let me show you what I mean. So if we click on here, and then we scroll down and look for navigation, that's the template, then I think we will have, yeah, you see here, it shows, it gives us the exact heights that we need, right? So but this is not like this is not what we need, right? We need it to have like this situation, right? So what I would advise us to do is, let's use it like this, but now let's reposition them. Click on this first container and drag it down until you see green. Oh, sorry, I think that's blue. Yeah, blue. So it now shows like this. So we're just dragging it to reposition it, right? So it's better than like this, because like this we still maintain some of the things that we did there. And then I really think that so let's go ahead and just click on the row, click inside it now so that we can open it. This is the main container that has everything, and if you observe here the fill color of the container, that everything is inside, right? It's white. So we can click on here and actually change it to green. So now it's green, and let's go ahead and see what we have here. Now I'm not sure we can get this exact logo. I think we downloaded it, but let's see if we can change it. I'm clicking on the image. We did this setup yesterday, so I wouldn't like go ahead to explain it right now. For the new guys, right? Just go through it. What I would suggest you do is get a first impression, right? First impression is very good for your brain. Yeah, you will be so surprised at how your brain will handle first impressions, like this first impression scenario right now. So stay in the class and get the first impression. Just watch and try to catch a couple of things. Then later on, after the class, I will drop links. You see, it's not working. That logo is not working. I'll drop links to tutorials on our platform that you can go through. So I'm looking for a logo. All right, so I think I might not get what I need. So let's see. Here is Fiverr. They're using this one that has the blue. I'll show you guys how we can easily get this thing done. Let's look for one that has the green thing, like the small green lower part. It might not really be here. Okay, so I can find it. Oh yeah, this is it. So TechCrunch has it, but the resolution is really small. We might be able to use it for what we want. So save image as. It's a web file. It's not going to help me. Let me open the image in a new tab and see it. Okay, the resolution is not so bad. So I'm saving image. It's not going to work. So what I'll rather do is I'll come here and pick up a sniping tool. All right, so the thing is, in my class, you get to learn a lot of things. Like you gather a lot of skills on the side. So there's a tool called sniping tool. If you've not seen it before in your system, it's always there. So I will just click to highlight and get this out. I will click to save it, and then I'll say Fiverr. Let me just say Fiverr now, right? So I will just go ahead and save it. Then I will come to a platform called remove.bg. Allows me to remove backgrounds. So because I want to have that same logo without a background, right? So I'll just go ahead and upload it. And now it gives me this thing without a background. So it's really cool. So I will now come back here and then click on upload image. Then I'll use this new one that I just created, right? So I think this might give me, it might do the magic. Guys, it does the magic. It's okay, but it's not really super okay because the way the image is designed, right? This other part is dark. It's not bright green, right? And as a result of that, yeah, as a result of that, um, the smaller green there, we couldn't really see it. So let me see whether we can adjust it a little bit. So I'll click on the container. Let's see, is there another green we could use? Okay, so what I'll just do is I'll go down a little bit like this. Okay, this is me making it, a bit darker, right? So, and then I might need to copy this because I will need to use it. Let me see. No, that's me making it brighter. Okay, so there's another green here, so we might try to use this. No, this is definitely not the color. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is later on we will try to get, I will work to get the pictures out. Like I'll try to create this background from scratch like that, then we can now go ahead and then use it. All right, so but for now let's just focus on the things that we can implement quickly. So then now the text are all white colors, so let's go ahead and then change that. So here click on this is the text field. We don't really have that there, so we can take this off, right? So just delete it and then click on the text here. We need to give some padding, and that padding is about 200, maybe 300. Okay, so maybe 300. All right, then I'll click on each of these tags and change their colors. So you click on it, each widget has a property. You can use it in changing their colors. So I think you can just do that quickly. And I'm just gonna quickly change the colors. So the idea here is not like to do a replica of what we have on Fiverr. It's just to show you how to achieve some certain things with regards to making web applications, right? So become a seller. I will change this one as well. Okay, so then sign in, the same thing. Okay, so I just click on it, then I click on the colors. All right, so here we have something, it makes some sense, right? Yeah, so here you see here the border is actually white, then the text is white as well. So let's adjust that here. Our the fill color is white, the text color is actually supposed to be white, so let's turn this to white. If you see here, actually it writes everything here of course is in English. So you have here the text color. So let's scroll down, we'll see the fill color. So here is the fill color. So we will pick the fill color is, we're gonna, let me see. So here the fill color is supposed to be, hold on, that's the text color. Fill color, we're supposed to like not have a fill color or just use green. Let's can use this green because we wanted to mimic the background. And then now we need to have to change the border color to white. All right, so we have it like this, so it makes sense now. And this one we can't change it because it is actually an image. It's not like an icon, right? We use an icon here, but in the typical scenario it's supposed to be an image. Then this guy is okay, so I think the size of these is now dependent on the image quality that we brought in, right? So that's why it's not showing so clearly. So next thing we need to do is let's go ahead and try to position these things like this and just do a couple of things. So here, right, the best way we can do it is I'm just gonna copy this text. So I copied it and then click on here. Now this is where we want to put it inside this container. This is another container here. So I'll click on add a child to this widget, and that widget now in this scenario is the container. So I'll click on, first of all, you need to understand that this is the whole of this noun is in a column, right? It's in a column, and yeah, and also it's in the first part here is in a row, like so. This is a row, a row, a row, but all of this is in a column. All right, and then all of this is in a column in a row. It's a bit confusing, right? So I wish I could draw lines. So from, if you look at it from left to right across, this is a row, and then inside that row there is a column, a big column, and inside the columns are small rows, right? So let's try to do that. Let's go ahead and add a row. So you click here to add a row, and the row is here right now, but now it's spreading across like completely. So I don't want it to spread across like that, so I will say Control Z. I want it to actually have like a minimum position, so I'll add a column first. So I'll click on this to add a column. Yeah, so I add a column inside the container, then I'll go ahead and add a row like that. Now the row will take its shape, a minimum position on top. Then from there I can give it padding as I seem fits, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is, this is a row now, I will put a column inside the row. I'll put a column inside the row, right? So then the next thing I'm going to do is inside this column. So first of all, let's look at something. I can go ahead and then inside this column right now, what I'll just do is I'll add a row. And then in the row, I'm going to add a text. All right, so I'll add a text inside the row. And the text here says hello world. So I'll click on it, and then I'll come here and highlight this and paste. So this is the initial text that we want to write. And of course that text is white. So we'll click here to make it white, and it has a couple of colors, and not colors, fonts. I think this is the font. So for us to figure out some things out, we click on F12, click on the arrow key here, this, and then we'll just go around it. So here it says that the fonts here are basically Helvetica New and Mecan. Yeah, and it's 48 pixel, right? That's it. So Helvetica Nue, I think it's Nue, and then Mecan 48 pixel. So let's go ahead and make this thing 48 pixel. You come here and change the font size to 48 pixel. Was it bold? All right, so let's check it again. Was it bold? It doesn't tell me whether it's bold or not, but I think this is bold. Okay, so what we can do now is it has a mixture of some things. Like I think this one should be the Mecan. This is still Helvetica. So which one is Mecan? This one alone is Helvetica New. That means all of this one should be Mecan. So you can go ahead and come to primary family here, click on it, and then search for fonts inside FlutterFlow. So it has some fonts, but I think there's no Mecan. Mecan should be like a custom font. But I think you can see Helvetica. You can typically see it. So we will just use the fonts that we have so far. And then if you need the fonts, you will have to go and add it in the settings. All right. So let's go ahead and see how we can continue building this. And so we have find the perfect freelance service. Let's see also, the next thing we need to see is we need to see the space that this takes, right? So this takes let's check the space that it takes. It takes like 617.39 pixel by 104. So let's say 617 by 104. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and then give some padding. Let me give some padding on the left hand side. The padding I will give here is like 16. No, that's too small. We need it way bigger. Say 100. Okay, not so perfect. Let's say 200. Okay, then I will click on this and then tap on this. Okay, now I have an error there, right? So I think FlutterFlow just closed the project because it would have crashed the project, right? So sometimes when you make an error in your positioning of your widgets, your FlutterFlow could just crash to save you some trouble, right? So I think I have an idea why that happened. So let's try to see how we can fix it. Let me come back to my screens, then I'll go to home, and then I'll try to figure out why that failed. So here is the text, and what I wanted simply is I wanted to expand the flow down, but now the problem is that this item is actually inside a row. It's not inside a column, so it can't spread downwards because that's not what columns do. That's not what rows do. So you have to right click on this. Might be a little bit complex to grab that, but I'll right click on it, wrap the widget with a column, and now this guy is inside a column. And with these we can, I think we can now, oh, we can still do it. It crashed again. I wonder why that happened like that twice. Okay, so let's try and check it out. So basically for me, right, you if you make errors and make mistakes, and I think the fun is actually in fixing things when you get it wrong. So let's see where I got it wrong. I'm going to have to reverse engineer some things. Let's go to the widget tree and see where I got it wrong. I think I have done some poor positionings here, too many scenarios. So what I'm going to do is I'll begin to take off some things, like I'm taking this off. I'm taking that off totally. So I have a row. Okay, so this is a column already. I have a row here. Let's see if this is going to work out now. I will go ahead, and that was, let me see, 617 by 104. Okay, so let me just copy this quickly. And then come here, add a text widget to it. Let's say, let's add a text widget and add this. So, okay, so it says here, Gabriel video editor. Why did it put up like that? Is that what we saw? Is it find the perfect freelance? I thought this is what I copied. Why did it show Gabriel? Okay, so okay, I think it copied a lot of other things that was selected. I think so. Gabriel. Okay, this was copied. There's someone's name here that was copied. Okay, so this is it, and actually I'm supposed to click on this so that it can spread downwards, and it works now, right? But the thing is, this is not big enough for it to even spread down. It covers perfectly. So what I could simply do right now is change this to 48 and then give it some padding, right? 200, right? So with that now it spreads downwards, and I need to give it some padding around. Observe what happened here. This doesn't reach the end. It's just around here, and don't mind the way how large the screen looks here. My screen naturally is 17 inches. All right, so that's why it's so big. Yeah, so but normally I think if you view Fiverr on your platform, you see that it's a little bit smaller than this, right? So let's try to bring this a little bit down. So I'm going to add a padding here to be 200. I'm gonna just try to get some things to see how I can bring it down. So here I gave it some padding on the top. Let me make this thing a bit bold, maybe bold, and then change the color to white. Let's just begin getting some feel around how this is supposed to look like. Then here I can, let's see. So it says freelance, it stops at freelance. I think I am getting some wrong information, right? So because what this told me, if I click on this and hover on it, right, I see 48 pixels Macan, right? So I don't think it's giving me the correct scenario right now. And then it's also telling me that the whole of this is inside 617 by 104. Okay, so guys, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to put let's see. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to undo some of the things that I have done, right? So fine. Then this text right now, I'm going to add this, wrap this text in a container, because I want to be able to give the container a dimension, right? So the container is not going to be white. The container is going to be without color. So I'm going to clear the color, so no color. And then I'm going to give this container a dimension. So this container is going to be according to what this says. It says 617.39 by 104. So by 39, well, 617 and 17 by 39. That's so long. You see, it's giving me the false information. It's giving me false information. Okay, 650 by 139. Okay, so 650 by 139. Does this work? It works, but it's filling up every place. Okay, so this is it. It's filling up every place. It's not giving me what I need. Okay, so I clicked on this to expand, to make the expansion to go down, right? So it was formerly in this direction, so but I switched it to here. Now we have this, and then the text is a little bit folded, so I will click on it. This might be a little bit complicated, but you will grab it soon. Then I'm going to take off all of this padding, so 0. I'm going to take off all of this 0 as well, right? So, and then now the text widget is taking the shape of the container, right? So, and then what I'll now do is, this is container. I will go ahead and start giving these containers the dimension that I was using before. So here I'll say 200, right? So now I get something close to what happened here, right? Begin to get something close to what happened here. So let's go ahead and then make it bold, the text bold, and let's say bold and white. Okay, so I'm still worried about this green color. I don't like it. I will definitely have to find ways to change it. So here we have the freelance service, and that took us a lot of time to navigate through, but it's okay, we did it. Now we need to go ahead and then put the text field here, and then this button, right? So this is the thing that might give me some challenge around it, but I think one of the students actually implemented it. Okay, yeah, I think so. So what I'm gonna do now is, this is a container, right? And let's leave this like this. So this is a row. Okay, so let's leave this inside this. Why is our row having such a big space? Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's see. Inside this container, we want to go ahead and add, this is a column, right? Let's add another row. Yeah, so we add another row below this, and don't forget this, there's a container here that is taking the shape of this, and we have a space of 200 on the side. So I'm using 200 too. I'm giving it padding 200 on the left, and I can give it 200 on the right too, but it's not really necessary, because look at this, it floats a little bit away from it, so no problem. So inside this row now, we will add a text. Let me see. This is a text field, but it has a color. So let's search for text field here. Text field, then you see here text field. So I click on it. All right, so if at all you're like super new here, right, and you might feel a little bit strange, you're like, oh, what's going on here, right? So you just have to calm down. You have to calm down. What I said earlier is that I'm going to drop the links to the previous videos that you can use in catching up, right? And then also I will stick you guys on a very brief introduction class tomorrow. All right, yeah, this was a fixed class already, and you happen to be part of it, which is okay. So you can attend it just to get a first impression for your brain, which is very good. So here is I've added a text widget, and then I can give my text widget a width. So let's keep trying it. We're just trying to use Fiverr as a case study, so we're not cloning anything. So here I want to get the width of, it's gonna be hard to get the exact width of this thing. So, but I think it's gonna be slightly above the width of this one. What's that thing? Okay, so which is yeah, 650, right? So let's say 600 and let's say 690. So okay, yeah, so I clicked on this so that it can give me the exact dimension. So 690 is okay. So then what I'll just go ahead and do is the text color. That's the text color inside it. It's grayish. So but let's go ahead and then fix the fill color first. So text color is there. Let's say there's a border color. Now we have something here. It's not really like border. The whole thing has a color. So let's go ahead and say where is that? Let me go ahead and say outline, and then where is the fill color for it? Okay, so I think over now I have been creating these using the text field without having to without using the fill color for it, right? So I have been using just the color of the border. But now I think you might have been wondering how would you do that in this situation, because right now we can actually add a color to the border, maybe white, right? Let me just give the border a border radius, let's say 12, and then we can just look at it. It looks like this now. This is a text field. I can just go ahead and click on the row and let's give it some padding, a little padding, let's say 8. So you can separate from the top. Now this is how it looks like, but now it's not giving me what I want. I will show you how to achieve that. So we're going to have to put this inside a container, because in itself, the text widget does not have, I think it doesn't have a fill color, right? So let's go ahead and add what was inside it. It says here, try building mobile app. Okay, so let's put the hint text that says, let's type the hint text here. Try building mobile app. Okay, so we have that here. And then this hint text, the text color is going to be, it's gray, right? So it's fine, no problem. But now we need to make the background white. That's before we go back to do the background. Let's go ahead and what should we do right now? Let's go ahead and then fix one last thing. That one last thing is the icon property. So we come here to the icon, click on this, click on none. That's to select the type of icon. And let's go to search, right? So we have to make it constructible. Yeah, so now we have this icon scenario. The next thing we need to do is this is a text field. I right click on it. Want to wrap it just like you would wrap any other thing. So wrap it around a container, right? So we're wrapping it around a container. Of course, we have to give the container a dimension. So that container is going to be 600 and the width is going to be 690. I think that's what I used. And then the height is what was the height? Normally okay, I will go check out the basic height. Oh, I can just try to adjust it down here. Just click to drag this up. Okay, then now I think one of the things, the reason why this didn't fill up is because we're using this. So you click here to spread it across. Now it's saying 680 is that wide. Okay, so this is the width of the container. Why does it flow that much? Let's see. Oh, this is max width that I had put it inside. So let's see. So this is here. I'm supposed to put it here. Let's say 680 by yeah, 56, I think. And then now let's just bring it back to what it was. Yeah, so now we have these like this. It's good. Then we can click on the container itself and give it some border radius. So I think I use 8. 8 is okay. Okay, so we have something like this. Now there's this a thicker green here around here, which we can actually add that using another button. But I think at this point we're gonna skip that for now. Let's just move on to the next step. And of course, we'll do that at I think at the end or something. So let's come here to this particular part and then just quickly fix this. Then we will begin fixing some other things like really quickly. We'll try to see if we can get, oh, nice. I can save these images. Let me see. Save image. Oh, so good. So I'm saving meta. right click, save our image as, yeah, I'm saving these other small images here. Yeah, because that's the next thing we would do. So I'm saving these images. I'm happy that we can save these images. Then this one is a text, we don't need that. So let's go ahead and then put this popular and then all of this. How do we fix that up? So we can fix that up by let's go back to where we have everything. This is a column and we have 2 rows so far. This was what I was telling you guys, right? So this container is the one that has the big green color, and then this is the column that our stuff is inside, like the big column. And then here we now have the rows inside it. So, and then we're giving dimension to everything. So inside this big column now, let's go ahead and add another row, right? So let's just get another row, give the row a padding 200 so it can come from here. Give it some padding on the top, 8 is okay. Then we need to go ahead and add a text inside it. So this is a text. The text is for popular, so I'll just copy this. So popular, I will come and paste that popular here. And then by virtue of dimension, click on F12 on your keyboard. I want to just get the font size. So I think it is 14 pixels. So this one is also 14 pixels. So and then web design, WordPress, logo design. Okay, so let's say 14. No, 114, just 14. Come on, what am I typing? Okay, so, and it's, the color is white, so you click here to change the color to white. And then what else? Okay, so we've done this. The next thing we need to go ahead and do is the buttons. So we have buttons here, right? These are buttons that have rounded edges, right? So let's see. It doesn't tell me it tells me the dimension of the button technically. It doesn't put it correctly, but it tells me it's 132 by 27. So we can try to use that. Let's come here back to the row since we want to put the buttons inside the row. So click here and click on button. And it said, let's check it again. It said 132 by 27. So let's say 132 by 27, right? So 27. All right, so we have that, and observe. It has a white text and it's taking the color of the background, okay? And then it has white border. So let's click on the fill color and pick the color of the background, right? So that means it takes the color of the background. And then we need to give the border, look at the border color property here. So you click on it and give it a white color and give it the border radius. Okay, border radius is already 8, right? So let's observe it again. Was it 8? They don't tell me. Okay, so they tell me it's 12. Like, I think the padding is 12 pixel. So let's see. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't. This looks more rounded. So let's click on this and increase that the border radius. I think 16 actually. Yeah, I'm using 16. I'll click on it, give it some padding here, 8. All right, so like that, I have something nice. So I think this was website design, and then after that WordPress. So I'll click on that, scroll up here, you see website design. This is where you just change the name of the on the button, right? So website design. All right, so I'll just go ahead and click on the button and Control D to duplicate, and again, I think there were like 4, right? So the next one is WordPress, then logo design, then AI service. So we say WordPress, then click on this, change it to logo design, and then here AI services. Okay, so like this, we have something a little bit similar to what we have here. Let's give extra space to it. So let's make this 12. Okay, so all right, now we've done this. The next thing I would want us to quickly do is let me close this now. Let's see how we can start doing the other part, including this. I think before we close, guys, I think we will hurriedly just create something unique. we will create, let me show you the next thing we're creating here. First of all, let me take the dimension. This is 95. The width is 95, I think. Is it really 95? Okay, so it's 95 actually. It's 95 by 144. Okay, so it's 95 there. Okay, let's close this. I was checking the dimension of from here to here, so it's like 95. So we're going to do this, then we're going to set up this carousel, and then that'll be the end of the class for today, right? So let's quickly do it. And all right, let's come here to now we have reached the point. See, our screen is not scrollable, guys. So I'm rolling my mouse button and it's not scrollable. So and meanwhile I need to start working on the downward side of it. So the reason is because the column here, the main column here, has been fixed to not be scrollable. So it said here, do not allow scrolling. Look at where my cursor is. So you have to click on this to allow for scrolling, right? So, and then of course, when you click on that, it can only scroll if at all there's more things under it. So, so now that I have turned it into scrollable, I have to add more things to it such that it can actually scroll. And where am I adding more things to it? I'm adding more things to it here. Let me close this container. This is for our header. And the beautiful thing is that you can right click on this and where is it? You can right click on this and then click on there's a place where you can rename this. So I can call it a header, right? So I can call it a header there. So when you come here, you will always see that this is your header. I'll tap it twice to close it, and then this one is like maybe the the first part of the site. And then this is the main column, which is where we want to click to add another part. We want to add a row below that column, so we just added it, joined it here. And then inside that row, we want to add a right, what should we do? Let's add a container inside that row. So let's add a container inside that row, and then let's tell that container to take the width of the screen. So I clicked on expansion to fill the main axis. And now the next thing I need to do is this dimension, this height is supposed to be 95, right? So I'll change it to 95. Okay, so this is 95. And then now this works. What I need to do is to begin putting the different details that we have here. So I have to now put a row inside this. So there are various ways you can create this thing depending on how you want to use your tool. Okay, so I will click on add a row here now, and then what I'm going to do next is click on this to add a text. So I'm adding a text inside it, and that text says trusted by. So I'll just copy this to say trusted by, and paste it here where where you're supposed to paste the text. And I'll come here to the text color, and I think I can use this gray color here. All right, so you see here trusted by, and then if you observe, it goes so inside the middle of the screen. So what I would want us to do is I don't know the font size of that stuff, but I think it's around 16 or 14. So now we need to do the next thing. The next thing is actually for us to add the other icons. If you observe, these are like logos, right, of different organizations. So let's click on here and add what do we add? Let's add an image, right? So we're going to add an image. So we add an image here. This is going to allow us to import an image into the application. So you add an image there, and the next thing you do is okay, so now this one is a bit dicey for us, right? Like it's a bit delicate. So let's go to my system, and let's go to the first one here is meta, right? So you hover on it. It shows you 85 by 60, 74 by 60, 71 by 60. So we're going to use the dimension of each of the designs. So here is 85 by 60. So I will just come here and say 85 by 60, 85 by 60. And after that, I have to go to image type, click on it and click on assets, click to upload an image. and then 85 by 60 was Google, so I pick here. So then upload it, and then I will give some space, some padding here. I want to give like 100. Yeah, I think that might just work. Let me see, is it that large? Yeah, it's okay. 100. And okay, no, not 100. Let's say 60. Then the 60 on the right here, 60. No, not 600, just 60. Okay, so I think this is gonna work. Now I will go ahead and then duplicate this, and another, and another, and another. So I think it's actually spaced too much. So Control Z. Let's make it 30 by 30. 30. All right. So then let's go ahead and duplicate it. 1, 2. Okay. I get the point now. So this one is having an extra. Okay. So duplicate it first. Click on this. Remove the padding here. All right. And yeah. So then go ahead and duplicate this one. 1, 2. And I think there were 3. All right. So and let's click on the row and click on center alignment, and we have it like this. Now the Google here, the image here, we can now go ahead and change them. Let's click on this. Let's just use the order it was. So there's after it was Meta first. Okay, we can change that. So this was Meta. Let's click on this. I just want to follow the order of things. So this was Meta. Meta was 85 by 60. Yeah. So Meta. Then Google, I'll click on it, click to upload image. Let me look at the size of Google first. It says 74 by 60. I'll select it, then I will go ahead and put 74 by 60 here. 74 by 60. Then I'll click on here to upload this one. And I think Meta, Google, next one will be Netflix. Let's see, 71 by 60. So here I'm changing it to 71 by 60. And here, the next one is PNG. So this is 47 by 60. So I'll say 47 by 60. And the last one. So click on upload image and PayPal. This is 84 by 60. So like that we have 84 by 60. Like that we have created the second part of our design, a little bit fast and simple. All right. And next thing we would just do right now is click back on the column. All right. We want to do the remaining part, which is the last part in our course today. Let's go ahead and we have to add a row so that we can put this text inside, right? So we'll add a row and then we'll put this text inside. Then from there, we'll go ahead and add another row that we will put all of this inside. But now these are repeated elements. So I'll show you how to create. We'll create only one, then we'll duplicate for all. So that's why it's not going to take a lot of time. So we'll just create one, then we'll duplicate for all of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a row first, then we put this scenario. Okay, so I'm copying that and click on the column, click on this, click on row. I'm scrolling down. Inside the row, I want to just add my text, and then I replace the hello world with this. I'm going to make it 200 because I want it to also start from the same place with these ones. And I actually don't know what the font size of this is, so I will click on F12 and click on here to just spy on the okay, so it says that this is 24 pixel, so I will click to change it to 24, and I think I'll make it bold, right? So let's see, this is let me cancel this now. Okay, before I cancel it, let's look at what we can learn from here. So the width of this card is 250. So the first part here is 150. The second part is, let me see if I can get the whole of this. Okay. Might not really get exactly all of this. Okay, everything here, the width is 242. The entire container here that contains all of this thing is 242 by 353. So let's go ahead and then do that. I will duplicate this link, this row, just so that I can use it instead of creating a new one. Then I'll delete the text here. And then inside that, inside this, I want to add, observe how this thing is. So there's, this is going to be a row where we will figure out some things. I will show you some things that might give you some errors. So this is going to be a big row, right? And then we'll now have columns inside it. Then we'll use something called list view and replicate it such that it can be scrollable. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so row first, and then we're gonna put it in a column, right? Column, and then inside the column we put a card. Okay, let's see, a row first, then we put it inside a container, right? And then inside the container is a list view. Inside that list view is a column. All right, guys, that's the pattern. So we'll say click on this and add a container. So the container is what we have added here. Then let's check out that dimension we checked out the last time. So 252 by 353. So it says 252. We're almost done, guys, actually, by 353. I really want us to just make some reasonable progress today. Now, we're not going to end up building like the complete Fiverr. We're just showing you how you can start building, because you've already learned a lot of things about functionality. So the way you do functionality in your mobile application, that's the backend, is the same way you would do functionality in your web application, right? So here is just handling on the UI scenario. Okay, so then here, let me put my padding to be okay, now this is gonna be this is gonna be a challenge, right? So if I give a padding to this container, there's gonna be a problem, right? So let's, instead of these, let me see, let me give the row a padding. So I'll give the row a padding of 200. Fine, let me not give the container. So the row is what I'm giving a padding of 200, and then the container is here. Inside this container, hold on, let's see, inside this container. Okay, guys, so let's see, there's some technicality with regards to carousels that you need to understand. We need to put a big container over here, and then inside the container we need to put the carousel before we now start putting these cards, right? So this is going to be the big container, right? The big container that's going to cover the whole of this. So let's just stretch this guy. All right, so I'm just gonna click and drag it to a certain extent, maybe here. Okay, so yeah, something like this. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'll click on add a child to this widget, and what I'm adding now is I'm adding a list view. So list view is what allows you to have repeated elements like carousels, either for them to scroll vertically, not necessarily scrolling, but like to have repeated elements from the database. So so now I've put a list view, right? So the next thing I need to do now is add a container inside this, and then inside that container I can go ahead and add a column and set things up. So add a container now, and then the container is going to be 253 by, let's see that again. Okay, 252 by 353. 252 by 353. Okay. All right. So now this is, it's giving me Pepe. All right. So this is a container. It's not taking this. It's not following what I need. it's following, it's covering the entire thing here. So even if I try to bring it down, it actually does bring itself down, but it's not following. And I think the reason why this is so is I think the way we can fix this is, let's not use a container here. Let's quickly just put a column. Let's see. Let's put a column inside here, and then let's say main axis, right? So then let me see. This is our list view. I need to go ahead and put everything inside it. Okay, so let's click on the list view first and then change from vertical to horizontal. Okay, so yeah, vertical to horizontal. Then click on my column. Yeah, my column folds now. So I will click on this and I'll need to start adding my elements, right? So I need to add an image here. So so this is an image. So it's 250 by 150. That's the image dimension. So I'll go ahead and click here, add image, 250 by 150. Okay, so that is done for this, and it's inside that my column. And then the next thing is for me to go ahead and add okay guys, I will have to let's see, this is 14 pixel. I just wanted to see everything. This is 24 by 24. Okay, this is 16 pixel. All right, so I think I can remember some things there. So here we're going to put this particular image. I think I can copy image address. So let me click here to copy image address and then paste it here. Let's see if it's going to work. It works. So I copy the image address and paste it there. And then the next thing I need to do is I need to set up the things that we have here. Now this might be a little bit complicated. I think I can actually. Okay guys, I think I can. If you observe, I was just trying to zoom my screen so you can see a bit clearly. We have an icon here. So if I right click on it, can I save the image? Yes, I can. It's a web file, so I think I can only copy the image location. Let's see here. We have an image here. This is supposed to be like the profile picture of the person. You see, they are profile pictures. Then we have, so this is going to be a row, then a column, and then a column, and 2 rows. Okay, so let's do it quickly. Let's click here. This is the main column. So I'll click on this and add a row. So inside the row is going to be a column. All right. So I'm adding a column already. Now this column is going to contain a row. Okay, so no, not a row. We're not doing a row. We're doing this is a column. This column is going to contain a picture. So I'll add a picture, and I think that picture was 24 pixel by, right? Let me see. I think it was 24 by 24. So if I can quickly check. So the picture here, let's click on this. The picture here was 24 by 24. Yeah, good. So we will change the width here to 24 by 24. Okay. So then we will go ahead and then increase the border radius. Just add maybe 360. It makes it into a circle. Okay. So then let's go to Fiverr, and I'm just gonna close this. I want to copy the image location of this image. So I right click on it and copy image address, and then I'm gonna paste it here. So like that, I have exactly what was there. So okay, so then now, but there's something around that. There's some sort of dark line around it. So let's see if we can get images don't have border radiuses. So one of the things we could do there is by maybe wrapping this around. Let's wrap this around. Wrap this with okay, this tells me if I add a container. Okay, so I wrapped it with with a container. Then I'm making it into 24 by 24. And now I want to give the border color maybe something like this, so that it can have some border color. Okay, so yeah, it does, but I have to click on, let's click on the container and click on the container property and turn it into a circle. So now we have something like that. And this is the container itself. Let's give it some padding from the top. So let's say 16. Let's say 16. And then guys, now we're done with that particular part. We need to go ahead and add the next thing, another column here and a row, right? So let's quickly do that. So let's go to the big row, right? This is the other one. So this is the big row. Let's go ahead and click on add a child to widget, add a column to it. So there's the column now. And what we're now going to do is inside this new column, let's add a row. And inside that row, guys, we're going to add a text. So yeah, for the old guys, I know they can easily grab this. But for the new guys, it might look like magic, but you eventually you'll be doing this easily. Okay, so let's come back here and let me copy. This is a carousel, so it doesn't allow me to copy. So ADC design 22. So ADC design 22. All right, so I think this is 16, and I think it was okay, this is gonna be 14 actually, and then it's going to be, I think, old, right? Yeah, so we have that. And then okay, so the next thing we need to do, let's add some padding around it. Let's say 16. Okay, now let's add 16 on the top too. 16. And now we have done this, let's click on the entire row that makes up that element. Okay, so I don't think we should let me click on the row and open it back. Let's take off that padding on the top for that element for the widget. Let's make it like 0, and then click on the row and duplicate it, Control D. So that works like that for us because we put it inside a column. And so it's a level 1 seller. So we click on this and click on this. Right guys, now it's level 1 seller. Sorry, I have stretched the class longer, but I just wanted us to achieve some objectives. Okay, so I click on this, and I'm looking for the column now, so I'm clicking on this now. I'm going to align it to the left, and then what else? Okay, so all of this is the column, and they're all inside a row. So I can now go ahead and then okay, it's already aligned like this. So I can click on this first one, or the row that is inside, and give that row a padding of maybe 16. No, not the entire thing. I just want another row. So I think this one, nope, not this one. Okay, let's use the column, right? So I give the column a padding of 16. Okay, so something like this, and then the on the left here, I think 16. Let's see. Okay, it's all close to themselves, so I think it should be the other way around. Let's say 8, and right here will be like 50. And let's make it larger a little bit. We're almost done with this, so let's say 90. Okay, so we have it like this, and okay, something like that. This level 1 seller is like, I think the text color is like grayish, maybe something like this. Okay, so then we have another column here, and then these, and then a line. Okay, so I think let me just stop sharing and ask you guys if we could continue or not. Okay, yeah, so okay, so just have a scene scrollable. All right, so I think a lot of people had already left the class. All right, so I think we will stop there and continue the next class, right? Yeah, we've gone way past the hour. Okay, guys, so let's stop the class there and maybe continue in the next one. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So it's good having you guys in the class. We will continue in the next class, but the next class is not going to be really about this. Joy is still here. All right. So, but since we don't have a lot of people again, I think we could just hold on. I'll let me just finish what I was doing. Let me just quickly finish that. Right. So I'll just quickly finish what I was doing. Yeah. Then we can end the class. So let's finish it. Then we end the class. So here it is. And okay. So at that point, next thing is this is the role, right? So I will go ahead and let's see. I want to use this same role. So yeah, I want to use the same role. So I'll click on the main role and then duplicate it. So it comes down. I will delete a lot of things. Yeah, so far. So this is the role here. I'll take this off, right? Go. And then this one, the container that contains the image, go. Then the column that contains this, go. And then let's see. This one is just a text. We don't really need okay, so what about this one and this one? Okay, so this is the row that contains a column. We don't need a column inside it. So this is the row, right? So let's delete this column. I didn't want to like repeat, so delete this one. Let's see what we have here. I will design awesome graphically rich flyers. Let's see. I will add a text widget and say I will design awesome graphically rich flyers. Don't forget, guys, it's expanding because our content is supposed to spread across. So let's oh, that action was undone for us to avoid things crashing for us. So let's see. This is all in the row. Okay, so all right, so I'm not gonna put up everything. I'll just put it some maybe I'll design awesome graphics. So maybe something like this, just leave it like that. Or maybe I'll just say design awesome. There's some things I'm supposed to be there to fix up some things, but it's gonna take some time, which I don't want to design awesome graphics. So something like this, and then the star. So we'll just set this up like so. Let's see. I'll replicate this. So this is not gonna be text. It's going to be an icon. So icon, click on this to select the icon, click on this and say stars, star, then pick this one. And inside this same row now, let's look at what is happening here. We have a text and a text. So we need to have right click on this. Sorry, click on other on this particular row, add a child to widgets and text. So it says 5, and then it says 12, right? So, and then so let's go to the row and put this row. I think this is it actually, but I don't know. I think it's not just giving me what I need exactly. So I think I'll just put here maybe 90. 120, 140, 50. Okay, so I just wanted to be around there, and Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, so we can change the colors, right? So we can change the colors. This is like I don't know, this one, and then this one, maybe the same thing. I just wanted us to finish this so that we can maybe start something else later. Okay, so now we have this. The next thing we just need to quickly do is there's a line here, right? So um, the way to fix that line is just a container inside a row with a very minimum part. So click in the let's click on this and locate the row that these things are inside. And I'm duplicating that row again. Then I will take care of this and take care of this. Inside this container, I'm going to say inside the row, I say add a container. Container is going to be, the width is going to be, I don't know, I think 190. Okay, so let's see, the row here has some space here. Let's remove this scenario. Then container is 190. Let's make it 230. Okay, wait. So let's make it 250. Okay, so 250. Then the height is just 1 pixel. So okay, so maybe 2. Okay, yeah, 1 pixel. Let's make this thing dark, like maybe black. Okay, so we have, okay, it's 2. Let's use something like this. Okay, so we have a line there, right? So let's click here, give it some padding, maybe 8 away, and let's come over here and we're going to go ahead and just do two things here: a row and then a column and then a column. So this is the row already. Let's duplicate this and then remove the container. I'm just reusing elements that I had created. So inside this row, I'm going to add a column, and inside that column, I'm going to add that thing is a heart. It's an icon. So I'm going to add an icon. I just want to quickly complete this. So add an icon, and here we will say heart. And let's pick this and give it this icon. Why is it inside here? No. This icon is outside the column. So this is a column. So click on this and add the icon. So inside here, click on this and say heart. Okay, so this heart is maybe a gray heart, maybe something like this. And then inside this long row now, okay, inside this long row, this particular long row, we need to go ahead and let's open it. Let's open it and add another column. So that column is what we're going to put the remaining things. So the text here, so we're going to put a row and another row. So, and that's the end, right? So click on here, click on a row, then that row says starting at yeah. So we just come here, add a text inside that row that says starting at. So we say starting, all capital letters. So starting at. Okay, so guys, this is almost the end. Let's click on this, and this is the row, right? So I'll go ahead and duplicate it and then put the remaining part, which is the price, 29 euros. So okay, so actually we can use just dollars there at once. So here we'll say 29. All right, so and I think that particular store is like 24. Right, so here you click on the column, click on this to make it align to the left, and then I'm gonna add a padding here that says 70. uh 80. That reminds me of LOP. um let's say 90 LOP. Okay, so here let's put some padding on the top and say 8. Okay, all right, so here you go. We have something around what we had before. So let's just quickly complete it. This is the entire column. This is what we have. We can just go ahead and duplicate it, right? So we duplicate it, and I'll select this. Then I'll give it some padding here, maybe 12. No, not there, not there. So let's go check it out. Close this. Let me see. Let me see. This is a container. Uh, row, a column. Let's close this column. So this is the column, second column. I just want to give it some padding here and say 16. Okay, so like that. So let's see, does it have a large space? So maybe 24. So maybe 24. Okay, like this. And then we can do another one. And another one. Okay, guys, so I think that's it. We now have a carousel property, right? So that's it, guys. That's I'll click on the main column, add some padding to it, and say maybe 60. So you can have some space below, and we can just go ahead and check out what we have done so far, and then end the class. And it's really good to have you guys, and it's for the people that have still stayed patient on it. This is what we have achieved previously. So okay, so I think we have some errors, which I think we'll just fix in the next time. It actually does scroll, but we have some colors, like the container at the background has some colors, but it does scroll. It's actually a carousel, but there's a big container that's I think it's something that you will definitely experience. The container here that contains everything has a color, so you can click here to clear the color so it doesn't have any color anymore, and when you present it again, you will have everything working out perfectly for you. So our next class is going to be by 7 p.m. GMT plus 1, and I see here it works now. We will be talking about LinkedIn, how to optimize LinkedIn to get clients. Okay, guys, so that's the end of the training. And please, how is push notification done in FlutterFlow? For push notification, that's a little bit there's a settings for it on FlutterFlow, but you still need to configure it even in your application. So Divad, I have taken a screenshot of your question, and I will try to address it not in the next class, but I think in tomorrow's class. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for being around, and see you by 7 p.m. when we're talking about LinkedIn. I think that's one of the most important classes. Yeah, because that's you have the skill, you're getting the skill, you need to know how to get money and get clients. All right. Okay. Have a great evening, guys. See you by 7 p.m. All right.